Word Alls. We're your hosts, Cammie and Steph, and we're back with another episode of the Word Alls podcast.
On today's episode, we're chatting with Sparkhammer Minis to get the lowdown on everything that took place at Nova last weekend. Spark, welcome back to the Word Alls podcast.
Hey there, ladies. I'm glad to be back.
So glad to have you.
A little exhausted, but I'm here.
I'm sure
it was a long week.
So, for those that don't know, Nova is a premier East Coast tabletop convention that's held out in Washington, D.C. Spark, was this your first time attending, or is this an annual thing for you?
This has become an annual thing, but I believe it's my third Nova open, back to back.
What events were you signed up for?
This year, I signed up for classes from some selected artists, and then also competing at the Capitol Palette.
Is that their big painting competition?
Yes, it is. It's kind of becoming an international competition where people from like all over just come to DC to compete in this competition. It's a very hefty, over 1,000 entries kind of competition. So it's very nice and refreshing.
It sounds very intense.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we all want to know, how did you do?
Ooh, so I decided to enter 2 pieces. I am still considered apprentice because last year I won silver. And in order for you to kind of like upgrade yourself to the next division is when you hit gold. So I'm like, okay, so mindset is hopefully we'll get some gold this year. So I entered the She-Hulk diorama. I added some more. I did a lot of extra stuff after Adepticon from the Path of the Worthy competition since she didn't place. So I decided to work a little bit more on that, and we entered that, and I titled it Marvel This. And then I had an extra piece named it was a large display, and it was Sailor Moon, which is like that meme where she's like lying, like sitting like on the floor with like her knees and she's like crying. And I named it Big Girls Don't Cry. So
Aww.
Those were the 2 pieces that I decided to enter, and I actually placed with the diorama silver. So 2-time diorama silver over here. So I'm super excited about that.
Awesome. That's all.
Appreciate it, ladies.
And I did see like some of your, work in progress pictures on Instagram. So yeah, Well done. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you. It's like from the difference from both those different competitions. So like the Path of the Worthy, you're pretty much going against like legends and people who just started painting yesterday type of thing. And then for the Capitol Palette, you kind of divide yourselves and you're kind of going like along with same likely like artists, but you're in reality competing with yourself because it's all based off a score like that the judges put all together and based off that. And it's not like a limit to bronze, silver, or gold. Like you could have 10 gold if you wanted to, but that's if they felt that that's how many pieces deserved in each of the categories. So from small miniature, large display, dioramas, unit and squad, bust, and then I feel like there was one more. I can't remember, but there's like at least 7 to maybe 10 categories for each division. So for apprentice, journeyman, and masterclass, those are like where you could like see yourself moving up in your painting journey. So that's what I really love about the Capitol Palette than other painting competitions where you're going against everybody and like you're set by certain rules or limitations for your piece. And to say like, oh, the Path of the Worthy, oh, you can only have 5 or 6, and then here's like you can have as many models as you want, as long as it fits in the size, So
So you could just make a big pile of them.
Pretty much.
That's really good to know, too, for other people that like to do these types of painting competitions. Like, you have a different experience at each of these different conventions based on their set of rules. Like you said, you didn't place with She-Hulk at Adepticon, but yet you got silver with her at Nova. just kind of shows like, you know, you can take a piece to any competition or any convention, and it's going to do differently at each one of those based on the set of rules. So you kind of have to pick and choose what convention you're going to go to and enter that model in.
Yeah, and then also like a good friend of mine, her name is Avery. She also entered an apprentice diorama and a few other ones. And like that was her first ever competition like this. I think within a year or two she's been painting miniatures. So
Mm-hmm.
like she's really fresh into it. So she also plays silver as well. So
Oh my gosh.
both her and I, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Oh, oh my girl. I'm so proud of her. So bro, be her ran like hand in hand down the freaking aisle. Like you could see it like on the live stream, and I also gonna post a video soon. And like I was just so happy and I was so proud. I'm like, let's hold hands, and like we were just holding hands.
That is so cool.
So I was just because a lot of my like friends, they're like very anxious people, or they're nervous and they just don't know what to expect. And then I feel like my ball of energy balances out their nervousness, you know. So man, it just felt so good to see like. And then my man, he entered the master class. He entered 2 bust models, and he took bronze for both those bust models, which that is like, I've never heard anybody win 2 models in the same medal. And also, word around the grapevine, Virgil's Vault is looking at his models to buy. So it's like some more. They're gonna have like a whole section by this point because they keep reaching out for his models. So that's an amazing feeling.
Let's go, Dim.
Mm-hmm. Seeing my friends win at the ceremony, it was just like, oh my god, felt like a proud mom, like cheering on my friends. I had like a little what is it, a flag, and I was like, wee, like, and then like at the point, there's so many people walking on the stage that at the point at the end of it, it kind of got quiet. So I'm like, no, let's keep it going. Wee! Sorry, my voice is cracking, but I would try to keep the crowd going because it's like, you know, just because you're last in the line doesn't mean you don't deserve that cheer. Because
that's right.
That only like it's such a like amazing feeling to be up there and stuff like that. So it's like, nah, I want everyone to feel this.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was the vibe of Nova? Is it similar to the larger conventions like Adepticon or Gen Con?
Oof, not at all. Not at all. It just feels like we're all invited to like a cool party, and then we all kind of like simultaneously go like from the vendor hall to the people who are playing tabletop gaming, or check out like people painting in the hobby haven, or walk around the Capitol palette, or just go and tour around DC. So you just found yourself finding your way through all these things and just finding groups of people you hang out with them. And the benefit is we stay at the hotel. So I go, okay, my social battery is empty. Peace. And then I'll go take a nap, do whatever I want, come back down. I'm like, what's up, guys? Like brand new.
Any good tea that you can spill?
All I can say is sometimes people find the need to overshare when they don't need to. Especially when you're just saying hi, and then you're like, damn, should I say how you're doing? Because the last 3 of them, I shot myself in the foot. You know?
No.
So it's just more like, yeah, it's just like, I don't want to hear any of this stuff. Like, I know a lot of people go through their own, you know, personal, mental battles and things like that. But I'm just the girl on the internet, Paint Mini. Like, I don't, like, know you like that. Like, you know, like, we're not in a personal, like, you know, first name basis. Just because you saw the badge doesn't mean you know my name, you know? But, you know, just, you know, there's no need to overshare, because then, like, people are going to be like, damn, what the hell was that? Like, and that really messed up my energy at one point, that I had to go back upstairs and chill for like 4 hours by myself, because I was like, I can't handle that. Like, I was crying, I was emotional because I'm like, I feel bad for people, but this is not the time or place for that. You guys see a therapist, licensed therapist. I ain't licensed. I'm
Spark is
good energy.
Spark is not your therapist.
Yes, I am not your therapist, so I highly suggest you go talk to a therapist. Then you talk to me. No.
Well, there is something to be said about being a personality that's well known like that and popular. People find, and unfortunately, it's a one-way street. People connect with you and they relate to you, um, but you're streaming, so you don't get you don't get their side of things. So and I kind of get that because you feel like you're connected, and it can be difficult to meet somebody in person,
Mm-hmm.
because of that. And I do speak from experience. I have embarrassed myself many times.
So it's just more that, like, I'll listen, and I didn't make them feel like, oh no, you said too much type of thing. It's just more like I'll then personally be like, oh damn, like, hold on, I need to like have a moment to myself. I can't keep talking to people when the
Right.
last 3 to 4 people trauma dumped on me to the point that I'm like, I need to step away for like a while.
And good for you for stepping away rather than just,
Mm-hmm.
exploding on people, because that happens too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I have often said, and this of course applies to us as well, when you have a voice on the internet, especially the louder that voice, there comes with that, and this is purely my opinion, there comes with that some responsibility. So, and a lot of people, obviously not everybody thinks like that, but I feel like that is some wisdom that a lot of people out there could appreciate, should
Mm-hmm.
appreciate more.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, on to lighter business. Steph was comparing it to Adepticon and Gen Con, other, but we really can't compare it to Adepticon, can we? Because you had quite the Adepticon this year.
Oh yeah, I can't beat getting it proposed to in front of the Warhammer Terminator dude statue.
Right?
So
So
it's like, nothing can beat that, but it's more like nothing beats that seeing this year that both my partner and I are both award winning still.
right.
So it just feels really good to be like they're both winning. So we're
Yeah.
both winning, so I'm just super grateful for that. So um I don't know, just hopefully future plans for the future. I don't know about this damn wedding, but it might happen publicly or just surprise, we already did it.
Yeah.
It's just, just stay tuned.
I mean, do what you got to do. I do want to point out a little something.
Mm-hmm.
When you were on the show before, you actually mentioned that maybe the next time you might be engaged.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was time. It was time, and it
So
was
so
perfect
Yeah.
timing.
so if anybody was listening back there, you did hear it here first.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Fun facts.
So, how was the vendor hall there, and what goodies did you pick up?
All right, so it was extremely tiny compared to your Adepticon and Gen Con type of thing. It's more like, I don't even think there was like more than 30 vendors or less than that type of thing. So it's a very small, but the way it's set up throughout this whole like convention, it's in a hotel. So like it's like 3 to 4 like levels of where you can find things. So like one layer is just the vendors. So it's like a bunch of little booths all squished all together underground. And then the Warhammer room has the Warhammer room and like 3 to maybe 6 other vendors in that room. And that's it, no more vendors.
Hmm.
Then one floor has the Capitol Palette and then all the gaming rooms and the seminar rooms. I think there's probably like 10 to 12 different seminar rooms. And then the Hobby Haven probably estimated to sit about like what, maybe like 4 a table. So there's probably like maybe 10 to 15 tables that people go and could sit there. And then there was like some paints from Army Painter, and then a spray gunner booth that you could go and use like the airbrush machine. And then the mental health charity program, we're having like their paint intake session. So like a bunch of people could speed paint in an hour, and then they could see who was the best painted in an hour. So there's like a lot of little things to do alongside all the tournaments the long list and all the classes and stuff like that. So there's always something to do, but make sure you plan accordingly, because I did not plan accordingly, because my only classes were Saturday and Sunday morning at 8 a.m.
Oh God.
I missed Saturday. I don't know what happens that Friday night. So karaoke and all the fun shenanigans of that night. And then really bad hangover. And I swear I thought I died 3 times that morning. So I missed my class. So
Oh
Shut-
no.
so shout out to Oscar Lars for like being understanding, because he's like, don't worry, and he sent me like the cliff notes of the class and stuff like that. So I appreciate that.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then he's like, I still got paid anyways, ha ha ha. And then my next class was with Kaha, and it was like quick non-metallic metals on Sunday. And I just had the GBs of like knowing that I had the medal, that I know that we were gonna call my name on the award show, but I didn't know what I was gonna get placed. So I already had anxiety. I just wanted to like go and get ready, and like I have to go get my models out of the cabinet. Like I had so many things that I'm like, it's so hard to focus in this class, especially when it's like ceremony day type of thing, because I'm just like anxious because I literally was like watching the judges judge my stuff. And my friend Gravenly Studios, shout out to him, he was like my backbone while like Dim was doing so like networking with people. And then like I don't know what Avery was, but he was like, I got you. And we were just staring, and I'm like, oh my god, they're holding my piece. So I see Vince Ventrula and then Dan Osborne holding my She-Hulk. I'm like, oh my god, it's happening now. And then all of a sudden you see Dan Osborne just shake his head right and left. I'm like, what does that mean? it can mean anything. It's like, oh man, this is garbage, or oh man, this is fire. Like,
Is
I
it
don't
good
know.
or bad?
Like, so I was like, I go, yo, Raven, I gotta go sit down. I think I'm gonna puke, or I'm gonna faint or puke. I can't keep staring, because like after he puts it down, like he just like looks to the other things, and then like it's still on the table, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't. And then little by little they start like scoring things, and then I go, oh, okay, I'm sitting. Then Raven's like, Spark, they're starting to put stuff. I'm like, okay, but don't tell me yet. And he's like, no, I just let you know. It's your piece is not there yet, but they're starting to. But they're already putting the little medals, the finest pins, and I'm like, oh my god, it's getting even more intense. And then he's like, so I go running because I can't deal with this pressure anymore. And then I go and I stare, and then I see there's the little honored finalist pin stating that I will be named in the ceremony, and I'm just like screaming and crying, and then like I see a couple of my friends, and they're like, what happened? I go, I medaled, and they're like, like I was like stuttering all over the place. Like it was just an amazing feeling, and just reflecting on all the time I invested in that piece. And I'm like, oh my god, this is the recognize. I can't even talk because I'm so emotional right now. Being recognized for my hard work, and it's because it shows in the piece. So, oh my god,
yeah,
so much work and effort. So I'm just super glad. And the best thing is, after the ceremony, you get to find out and speak with the judges and find out what happened with the pieces and whatever. And then I asked them, like, oh, how come that didn't place gold? And they go, oh, well, as you already know, with your dioramas, you're spot on with your story, Spark. Like, they're so cohesive. There's always like something to look at. It's not like one thing on there and that's it. Like, no, you have so much stuff going on, but it looks so good. But you got to work on your painting technique. You got to like find out those highlights and blend out those like mid-tones. And I'm like, oh, I know. I just had too much fun building it, like it's just
Yeah.
you forget those little things. And then they're like, oh, and also like the little like Easter eggs, like having the Deadpool painting the back of the like the garbage can thing when the front viewer isn't gonna see that, but we're gonna see it because you see we're turning it all around and we're like, oh, look at that, oh, look at that. So like it just kept them entertained. So like that's what they really love about it. So really game plan is to up that paint job. So hopefully I could be taking that gold and up my way to journeyman to the following year. So making my way slowly but surely.
Let's go. We're here for it.
Thank you.
I love it.
You mentioned that you did karaoke. We're really here for that too. So tell us about your, because we know you love the karaoke.
Oh yes, you I can't say no to karaoke. So we were hanging up like in one of these restaurants and they're like, "Hey Spark, you'll never guess. Karaoke downstairs. I'm going to get you another drink." I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" And I'm like going for the ride. And then I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't say no to karaoke." So I already had the liquid courage boosting my morale. So the first song I decided to sing was Chad Kroger, Hero. And God, I love I love starting that song and it's like, I'm so high. Like it's just such a funny thing to start with the sentence. Just screaming at top of your lungs. And I just can't help it. And then the crowd is just like full of like your friends having like support and then people you don't know singing along with you. It's great. And then the second song I ended up singing like later down the line was with a good friend. Her name is Skelly B. She was having so much anxiety but wanted to do karaoke. And I'm like, I got you. What do you want to do? And she's like, oh, Evanescence. And I'm like, okay, I'll be the dude, like, because I couldn't remember the guy's name, like I was like, that guy, whatever. And oh my god, I I don't think that was on video, but it was just really. It's someone has it on video for sure. A room filled of people. Yes. There is video of it somewhere.
We need to see it. We need to see it.
And I say so composed, and I'm like, save it, like, and then it's like, it was just like, oh my god, it was so good. And then the last song, which I knew this was time to like finish my night, was Cisco Thong Song. So I had so much fun singing it. And then I had like this weird stance because like the karaoke screen was like behind me, but the mic was in front of me. So I was like turned weird. And my friend's like, why the fuck you stand like that? Sorry for cursing. But she's like, why are you standing like that? I go, to read the karaoke. Like instead of just standing normal. But I wanted to look at the crowd too. I couldn't make up my mind. But I had such a good time.
Good.
And then the next day, I was suffering. And then everyone saw me like around 4:30. Everyone's like, what? Where have you been? I go, I don't know, but I'm here now. What's up, guys?
Don't ask.
Good old times. Good old times.
So what's next for you? Do you have any other upcoming conventions that you're doing this year?
For this year, not really. Nothing in the books for conventions. Just more like streaming events in a sense. So like on September 12th, I'm gonna have my 24-hour birthday stream. So pretty much I'll be sure. Well, it's next Friday. Oh my god! After Nova, I swear my time, where I'm at in time. I left. It was August. Now it's September, and next week's my birthday. I can't do this, bro. So it's a 24-hour birthday stream, and I'm gonna theme it Animal Crossing. So I have a bunch of decorations. Like I'm trying to get some miniatures printed out in time, so I could be painting some things, playing some games. I got the Legos. People who want to send me gifts, the wish list is available to surprise me. I have to hold off till the 24-hour stream to open those, so I can't do that. Like the pressure is on. You don't know what's in those things, but it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna also have people joining like my Animal Crossing adventures, so I'll have like guests on Discord or they co-stream with me while I'm doing my 24-hour stream. And then also Daniel's gonna take about 4 hours of that stream so that I could nap and reset, and then I'll be back to finish up the show. So that's the game plan for the 12th, and then upcoming I might have a feature on Heroes Brush Hour on the 16th. It's a 1 hour speed paint, I would say comedy show, because it's a lot of antics. So like the crowd just takes over, and if they make you do things, you got to do those things while you're trying to paint a mini and win in that painting competition. So I have that on the 16th, and then on the 20th, my co-stream with Laura the Kiddo. So me and the
Ooh.
lovely, we are going to be co-streaming. We were going to do it this Saturday, but she was having internet issues. I'm like, you know what? Let's hold off, and I still need to recover from Nova. So I'm like, okay, let's leave it for the end of September. So little by little, a bunch of things in store. So, and just paint whatever I want and play what I want.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So, any questions for us?
What have you been up to? Like project wise?
Well, me personally, I've been trying to get ready to sell a house. I haven't had a lot of time to paint, but I've got plenty of stuff. I've kind of been in a HeroScape kick. I have painted a couple of HeroScape minis. They come unpainted now.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an older game. It it went through some turmoil around 2009, 2010, and just kind of died off. Hasbro had owned it, and then just recently it was Kickstart, not Kick. They tried to Kickstarter it, and it was doomed to failure from the beginning.
Oof.
Yeah, they set the Kickstart at $1 million, and I was like, we love this game, but we don't love it.
Wishful thinking,
Right.
They're like, hey, since we see everybody else doing it, right? But
And
man,
then
it's tough.
and then Renegade Studios stepped in and was like, hold my dice, and they just did it. And they had been turning out content, and where the original minis were painted, these come unpainted. You can pay a little extra to get painted minis, but I figured, there's a lot of stuff coming. So, and they brought back the original lore. It's fantastic. So I've been trying to get that started at the local store here, and then just running my usual Legion games.
Awesome. I have been, well, we are starting kind of to really dive into what we're going to do for Adepticon next year. We're kind of planning out our display board for Marvel Crisis Protocol teams, and we are building and prepping for Path of the Worthy, and I am going to try my hand at Golden Demon.
So, good for you.
I'm not going to get my hopes up, but after seeing what my stepdaughter was able to do last year, and she got a notable pin in the Youngbloods,
Nice.
like, you know what? I think it's time for more of our family to be doing Golden Demons. So
you should.
I'm gonna try. So I've got lots of projects in the works for Adepticon. We're less than 7 months away, so it's time to start working on stuff. We are also gearing up we have a local convention called Rumble on the River at the end of October, and we are hosting the Marvel Crisis Protocol tournament there. So we're going to be setting up all the tables, and I'm going to be live streaming it on Twitch. So we're getting ready for that.
And of course, I was going to mention, of course, you've got your own, Twitch channel going on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we've got that going, and we haven't been streaming much the last couple weeks because we've been busy with family, and then the holiday weekend we went and visited friends, and now we're getting back into the swing of things. So we'll be on Twitch some more, starting again this weekend.
Nice. I love to hear that you're staying busy.
Oh yeah. If I'm not busy,
I'm also aiming to enter Golden Demon for the first time next year. I've never done a golden demon before, so I feel like, with my experience at this point, I feel like I
Mm-hmm.
could at least try this point,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I got my first placement at Origins in June. I got bronze for large model with Man Thing from Marvel
Mm-hmm.
Crisis Protocol. So I just want to keep pushing myself and trying new things. And the only way I'm going to do that is by continuing to enter competitions and getting that feedback.
Nice.
So we know you're on Instagram. We know you're on Twitch. Where else can our listeners find you?
Not my house. No.
We won't give your address.
Sorry, I had to. Well, pretty much. I'm just more on Instagram and Twitch. Sometimes you might catch me on some other people's cold streams, but pretty much that's where I'm at.
And your Sparkhammer Minis in both places, right?
Yeah. Well, on Twitch it's Spark Minis, and then on Instagram it's Sparkhammer_mini. Wait, bro, I haven't written that name. Sparkhammer_minis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone make sure you go check her out on Twitch and watch that birthday stream.
Absolutely.
I know I'm going to be
Absolutely.
tuning in because that's going to be so entertaining.
Yes.
A bunch of antics, and I'm gonna have 2 1-hour karaoke segments. So not
Yes.
sure exactly what time that's gonna happen, but usually I roll the dice and it tells me what to do, and then I'm like, oh no.
Oh,
And
I love this already.
I love
Yeah,
it.
so I have a lot of antics, and I'm also gonna be doing a bunch of giveaways. I'm trying to finalize the sponsorships, but since Nova that whole week threw me off a bit, so I'm finalizing my sponsorship. So I'll have sponsored giveaways and a bunch of stuff I want to give away because I got a lot of stuff that I really don't need.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. So, Spark, thank you so much for coming back on for another episode. We love having you the first time, and you were still as effervescent as ever. So, we love you. We're so glad to have you here.
I love you too. I love you too. I love being here, and I just love what you're doing. So, like, we just want to keep that energy going, and let's just keep being ourselves.
Absolutely. I love that. Well, ladies, this is our last episode of the season. We are taking a much needed break to enjoy life and paint our minis and roll some dice. We will be back and ready to chat again in 2026.
So if you're looking to come and talk to us or be on the show for next year, let us know. So the War Dolls is a community of geeky girls that are here to support and inspire one another and share and talk and just be. And we can be found at thewardolls.com. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, at the War Dolls, and we're on Discord. And the link to that and all of these are on our Instagram account.
And if you're interested in checking out the community, join us over on Discord, where you can chat and hang out with us every Thursday night at 7 o'clock Eastern during our voice chat hobby hang.
And as always, if you have any questions for our guests or topics that you want to hear us talk about, you can message us on Facebook or Instagram or email us at thewardolls@gmail.com.
Until next time, paint your minis.
And roll some dice.
Bye.
War Dolls, assemble.